It's 6:52, time now for your morning sprint. It is an alert day. Haddie is tracking two separate bands of rain with severe weather possible this afternoon. And Eden has tips for staying safe around fireworks during the 4th of July weekend. But we start with the investigation into a deadly armed robbery at a Madison Culver's. Detectives are looking for two suspects who allegedly broke into the restaurant after hours. The armed masked men held four contractors at gunpoint as they stole money from a safe. Police Chief Mike Koval says one of those men was literally scared to death as he suffered a fatal heart attack. Investigators are reviewing security footage to identify the men responsible.
We'll get a better sense later today of how Wisconsinites feel about President Trump's time in office so far. The latest Marquette Law School poll is coming out at noon. You can watch that survey come out live on the school's website. We'll stream it as well here on channel3000.com. The last Marquette poll out in March showed 41% of Wisconsinites approved of the job that the president was doing, while 47% disapproved.
Governor Scott Walker will try to do some damage control today when he meets with Republican leaders from the Assembly and Senate. The leaders from both legislative chambers abruptly ended a closed-door meeting yesterday, calling each other's position on how to pay for road construction across the state, quote, laughable. Governor Walker says he is confident they will reach a deal on the budget soon.
I'm Eden Jekyll, live outside of SSM Health, and first responders are stressing the importance of fireworks safety as the 4th of July approaches. Now, officials, according to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, 108 people in the state were sent to the ER in 2015 for fireworks-related injuries. Officials are also reminding Wisconsinites that fireworks rules vary from city to city across the state. Here in Madison, you are allowed to use sparklers, snakes, party poppers, and caps. A permit is not needed to purchase any of these items, but you can't use fireworks like firecrackers, bottle rockets, cones, or fountains. If you're caught using any of the prohibited fireworks, you could be fined $187.50.
And today, your first alert weather forecast includes an alert day today for southern Wisconsin. Slight risk for severe weather in that yellow area, and enhanced risk for severe weather that does include Madison. Large hail, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes will be possible later today. Now, the first round of rain is already moving into the area. It is weakening. We're not seeing as much lightning and thunder with this particular batch of storms as they move through. Another round of rain, though, later on today. After a bit of a break for the afternoon, showers and thunderstorms return this evening. Highs will be in the middle 70s.
Thank you, Haddie. On Capitol Hill this morning, Senate Republican leaders are still optimistic they will be able to pass their health care legislation, even if they're not doing it as soon as they'd like. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell pulled the legislation from a vote yesterday after it became apparent he did not have enough votes for it to pass. A growing number of both conservative and moderate Republicans are currently opposed to that current draft.
Along with hosting the World Series champion Chicago Cubs today, President Trump will attend his first 2020 campaign fundraiser tonight at his Washington hotel. So far, he's spent 5 evenings at campaign-style rallies since being elected and has raised more than $7 million in the first 3 months of this year.
Members of the House of Representatives will each get an additional $25,000 to spend on their personal security. The House unanimously approved the spending plan after a shooting at a congressional baseball practice last month that left House Majority Whip Steve Scalise in critical condition. Scalise remains hospitalized this morning. Doctors say, though, his condition has stabilized.
Later this morning, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley will testify before the House Foreign Affairs Committee. She's expected to answer questions about terrorism, conflicts with North Korea, Iran, and Syria, and the White House's claims that Syrian President Bashar al-Assad plans to use chemical agents again to attack his own people.
Security officials worldwide this morning will continue to investigate a global cyber attack that's frozen computers at hospitals, government offices, and multinational companies. Investigators are still unsure of who's behind the attack and the ransom associated with it. At least 2 hospitals in western Pennsylvania here in the United States were forced to reschedule surgeries due to their computers locking up.
6:56 your time right now. Let's get one more check on traffic with Josh Tim. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Well, a few brake lights beginning to show up now on the westbound side of the Beltline near Stoughton Road, and then again near Verona Road, slowing you down about 5 minutes or so. Heading down John Nolan toward downtown, things are looking pretty good. Just tapping the brakes at Rimrock and then Olin Avenue intersections, but nothing that'll slow you down at this point. As we look at other drive times heading into the city, things are cruising along well. Traffic moving at posted speeds, including on the interstate heading toward Madison in both directions. With your first alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Hi there, Josh. Thanks.
And here's a look outside. The WICTV Skycam looking towards the west. Rain getting a little closer to the area this morning. Definitely going to want to grab that umbrella before you leave the house this morning. Showers and even some isolated thunderstorms possible early today. No severe weather expected with this first round of rain as it pushes eastward. There is a risk, though, for severe weather later on today. That enhanced risk does include the Madison area. Your extended forecast then calls for temperatures to stay pretty warm as we head right into the holiday.
All right, thank you so much, Haddie. Thanks everybody for watching. CBS This Morning's coming up next.